Hello everyone, welcome to Classen's Tech Demo Showcase. I am Yuekun, Classen's Country Manager of the Philippines and Thailand. Our topic today is a practical guide to online merge offline learning. Online merge offline learning, or here OMO, is Classen's interpretation of the hybrid learning modality in and out of the classroom as we slowly progress to open up our borders and our campuses. Now, before we get started into this presentation of today, I would like to first show you this video, which will hopefully give you some first impressions of the OMO modality that we have envisioned here at Classen.
See you later, Mom. Bye, Monica.
Imagine one day, a teacher can walk into the classroom and teach not just what they know, but what all of mankind knows.
Okay, everyone, let's settle down. Here is what's happening today.
And students could all learn like never before.
We're going to learn about space travel. And today, a very special guest is joining us, an expert in space travel. Let's all say hi to Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Hi everyone. This week, I'm going to teach you the basics of rocket science.
They can meet teachers and classmates like never before.
To launch a rocket, the thrust needs to be greater than the force of gravity.
Okay, 2 more minutes for the quiz.
Read, interact, and share like never before. And feel the joy of learning like never before.
Let's take a closer look.
You can even take the classroom to your living room, to your bedroom. You can take it here, or anywhere, and learn from anyone. Here at Classen, we believe education changes lives. We believe that a more convenient and intuitive learning process can empower teachers and students alike. We believe that here, in the classroom, we are laying the foundation for a better future, passing on knowledge from generation to generation. Classen, empowering education.
Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed the short video that we just shared, and here we have an overview of our discussion for today. First of all, I would like to demonstrate what the OMO concept is, and then proceed to discuss why we believe OMO is the natural next step for schools currently in remote learning. After that, I will share a few cases and stories of how some of Classen's partner institutions are currently utilizing the OMO modality, and finally, I will introduce to you the Classen Smartboard, which could prove to be very useful and perhaps quite essential in your OMO learning setup. So first of all, what is an OMO classroom? Why is it so important? The answer is in its name, online merge offline. An OMO classroom aims to utilize internet technology to really put wings on a traditional classroom. So ideally, it should be based on an education-centric hybrid infrastructure with modern pedagogical considerations as prioritized. It should really allow schools to digitize in-class and after-class learning activities very quickly and very easily, with a genuine goal of improving learning outcomes. And here comes Classen. Designed professionally for OMO learning, Classen affords a broad range of education-centric tools. So this includes the institution administrative dashboard, the designated class groups, institutional cloud storage, interactive Blackboard, and many more functions and features we have built into the Classen software suite. And all of this combined together enables a very fast and easy transformation to the OMO learning modality for educational institutions. So as we can all see here in this diagram, the entire cloud infrastructure allows schools to fully integrate learning content into physical classrooms, while also giving all the offline learning activities a very solid digital footprint. Right? This will enable teachers and students to continue learning beyond their face-to-face or synchronous learning sessions. And while all of this is happening in the back end, school administrators will be able to see full view analytics of all the students' learning behaviors so that they can keep track of their performance and progress. And so now that we know what OMO Learning is, I would like to share with you why we believe that OMO Learning is really the future of modern school campuses. There are three keywords here that I would like to mention. There are interactivity, insights, and access. So first of all, interactivity. Interactivity comes from the over 20 channels of classroom interactive tools built directly into the Classen system. So this will include the Classen smartboard, instant messaging, screen sharing, and many more tools that we have right here in this classroom with us. Now, OMO Learning really enables real-time communication, and that way maximizes in-class engagement by enhancing the face-to-face learning experience. Secondly, insights. So insights are generated through Classen's management dashboard system. It empowers the analysis of 44 sets of learning behavior data. All of these data directly collected from the students, from the teachers, right inside the classroom. All the statistics of the students' performance and feedback are then able to provide teachers with more insights for classroom moderation, pedagogical design, and so on and so forth. And thirdly is access. Access is twofold. First of all, students anywhere in the world will now be able to enjoy seamless access to any OMO learning environment anywhere. This is supported by a stable network with a 300 millisecond latency guarantee. Now, moreover, with integrated content management system and learning management system put in place, an OMO classroom really help teachers to put everything together. So this will then facilitate our challenge-based, team-based, project-based, as well as lecture-based learning, thus really presenting a truly one-stop solution to the future, to our hybrid education. So, moving on, I would like to talk about maximizing the benefits of OMO learning. I personally do believe that this is a three-layer process. So the base layer is digitization of learning. Right? This layer includes the digitization of any learning material, which will allow you instant access across location and device. And beyond this is the digitization of class management, which enables instant communication between the teachers, students, and parents. And this can happen before, during, and after the lessons have taken place. And then we'll go on to the second layer. So the second layer is about expanding the reach of education resources, connecting in-class teachers and students with those teachers and students who are probably based remotely. The OMO learning setup really offers the teachers and students a full suite digital learning experience throughout their entire life cycle in our learning institutions. So that way, teachers are empowered to then diversify their learning formats, design various modes of synchronous and asynchronous delivery, as well as the learning tasks to really maximize contact and therefore maximize engagement and outcome with their students. And then we talk about the top layer. So the top layer is integration. Now here, integration really refers to the integration of data and processes. So traditionally, different processes within our schools are relatively separated, and records are not well kept, or should I say records are not kept to the same standard across the board to really give us a good overview. Now within OMO campus, all the in-class learning data will be integrated with all of the out-of-class learning and behavior data to really give teachers a full view of their students' progress, and thus all the learning tasks and after-class facilitations will have the true potential to become way more personalized for each and every single student, and therefore leading to enhanced learning outcomes. So now we're moving away from why OMO class is important and onto how do we really put the OMO learning concept into practice. Now here is a diagram summarizing the flow of OMO learning with a timeline of before, during, and after the class. So first of all, before class, teachers will be able to prepare their lesson materials and share it with their students, whereas the students will be able to then turn on Classen and get some content preview. Meanwhile, the school administrators will be able to manage the class schedules ahead of time to ensure the cloud recording of lessons are done when the lessons will be taking place. And then during the class, teachers will be able to teach and really lead the learning activities on the Classen smartboard, whereas students, preferably with their own Classen devices, will be able to then partake in the learning activities designed by the teachers. Meanwhile, school administrators will be able to drop in on all the ongoing classes within the entire institution to monitor their progress. And then we come to after class. So in the after class scenario, the instant communication and feedback features will allow teachers to give out homework assignments, tests, and many more. Then for the students to complete those tasks. And once again, the students complete those tasks, it's up to the teachers to review and provide feedback for their students. And then we flip it over again for students to then receive their results and see their results and their reviews. While all of this is ongoing, school administrators will be able to have a holistic view of all the students' performances on each and every single task to really see how well they are doing and perhaps identify any existing learning gap. So then they can use that information to provide feedback to their teachers to help them adjust the pace and focus of instruction. So we are familiar with why, we are familiar with a base level of how. What is OMO good for? What kind of scenarios can OMO learning really be applied to? So here are a few examples. Number one is about learning in exceptional times. So right now, many countries are still in the middle of managing outbursts of COVID-19 cases, and this is putting a pause to face-to-face learning for many. The Classen OMO or online modality will really ensure education continuity in times like this, as you can see here in this short video.
التوقيع على اتفاقية تعاون تجمع بين المنظمة العربية للتربية والثقافة والعلوم في مجال دعم التعليم وتحديدا التعليم الافتراضي.
يشرفني أن أحضر معكم اليوم هذا النشاط الهام الذي يتعلق بتوقيع هذه الاتفاقية التي ستعطي دفعا كبيرا للتعليم في بلادنا. مكنت أعدادا كبيرة من تلاميذنا من الولوج إلى محتويات رقمية،
كما تتيح للطلاب التفاعل والمشاركة المتزامنة أثناء سير الدروس بصورة تجعلهم أكثر. وقد تمكن أكثر من 5000 تلميذ من صفوف البكالوريا، وذلك بمعدل 6 حصص أسبوعيا لكل مادة.
هذا ويأمل المشاركون في حفل التوقيع هذا أن تتضاعف النتائج وتكون هذه التجربة عاملا محفزا لإدخال منهج التعليم الافتراضي ضمن ركائز منظومة الإصلاح التربوي.
Okay, now secondly, how can the Classen OMO model be applied? It can also be applied to cross-school or cross-subject collaboration. So as you can see here on the right side of the screen, here are a few snapshots of OMO cross-campus lessons in practice. So in order to deliver a high-quality lesson on waste sorting and disposal, in our case, the biology teacher and chemistry teachers came together on a collaborated OMO class, where the students in 2 different classrooms who are conducting their own experiments are connected together through the Classen OMO Smart Classroom setup, so that they can share progress and feedback with each other in real time. So in this case, the teachers will really be able to enjoy this expanded possibilities for pedagogical designs and therefore reported much better student engagement throughout this entire session. And thirdly is about learning effectiveness improvements. All right. A classroom equipped with Classen Smartboard will allow teachers to largely enhance the face-to-face learning experience. Now, with integrated learning content injected directly into the classroom, paired with over 20 interactive tools for in-class learning activities, Classen OMO can really take learning to the next level. For example, as you can see here in a Classen classroom, you will be able to utilize very simple tools, yet very effective ones like the timer or the selector, to help you create various different learning scenarios as you go along with your students. So all of these different learning scenarios can act as instantaneous assessments or activities to really help the teachers understand how well the students are keeping up and whether the students' understanding of the information is up to par as the teachers have intended. This way, really making sure that the teachers are addressing the potential of learning gaps as they come along, right? In a way, we are doing our best to maximize the effectiveness of in-class delivery and minimizing the potential of existing learning gaps. Another application of Classen OMO scenario can be very unique, and here we're talking about the promotion of education equity. Teachers with better resources can directly teach and interact with students from less developed regions, thanks to the deployment of Classen OMO infrastructures in those remote locations. So here we have a short blog documenting just a few of Classen's philanthropic outreaches. As you can see here, in collaborations with various schools and charities by facilitating school-to-school or charity-to-school or individual-to-school type of events and charitable initiatives, Classen OMO is supporting cross-region development both in charitable outreach as well as curriculum development and design, and really connected learning resources to those people who need it the most. And last but not least, another application of Classen OMO model is the expansive school functions. So in here, with a digitized platform like Classen, schools will be able to hold various functions in a hybrid manner. So they will be able to connect in-person attendees with the remote attendees. This way making everyone feel like they are an active participant at the school event. So activities like school open days, and graduation ceremonies, parent-teacher conferences, and different types of academic workshops will be able to now expand their reach and ensure higher attendance and interaction. So now we can see some real OMO use cases in action. In terms of learning continuity during the pandemic, the University of Alcala partnered with Classen to enable school-wide transition to online learning for more than 20,000 students in only 2 days. They do not have an in-person setting, so without this, the teachers and students can connect with each other fully remotely and continue their learning activities in a completely online environment, one that is very, very similar to the offline learning setup that we have been quite used to traditionally. And another use scenario here of Classen OMO is to connect two OMO classrooms, allowing various different groups of students and teachers to interact beyond their geography. So in this case, Classen collaborated with Tomorrow, which is an online education program focusing on the growth and development of middle school students. And here we facilitated an open conversation between NBA star Jeremy Lin and tens of thousands of school children in China who have a passion for basketball. And next up, here is a case with Peking University. The Classen OMO can also help institutions to really transcend the limits of physical classrooms to reach more audiences. So here, Classen constructed an OMO learning environment for Peking University by digitizing and expanding the physical bonds of their offline classrooms, inviting those international students who are not able to return back on campus to call in to their offline classes directly from anywhere in the world to really help them engage in class effectively and simultaneously. So now that we know how OMO can be applied, it is time for us to understand how do we actually set it up. So to set up the Classen OMO classroom, a very important part of the setup is the Classen Smartboard. This is a custom-made hardware to help you connect your classrooms with your learning management system and other digital management or delivery tools that your institution utilizes. So the Smartboard is pre-installed with both Windows and Android operating system with a one-click switch between the two systems. It is also equipped with automatic handwriting identification for a smoother writing experience. It also has unlimited access to annotations, multi-touch compatibility to really ensure that multiple students will be able to come up to the board at the same time to complete the same task, and also with an anti-collision, anti-glare glass screen to keep it strong, and also making sure that no matter where the students are sitting inside the classroom, they can all get a good view of what is being displayed on the screen. So here are more specific details about the Classen Smartboard. So this board comes in multiple size options to best fit into your classroom. You will be able to pick from 65, 75, and 86-inch screens. The Smartboard is also equipped with a powerful core to ensure the smooth running and stable connection for in-class e-learning activities. And most important, of course, the Smartboard comes with built-in Classen learning system, so that you will be able to start your OMO learning journey immediately. Also, for those institutions that have already installed other similar hardwares inside your classrooms, not to worry, you can simply continue using your existing smartboards or existing smart screens and just simply install Classen software service on the system to get potentially an even faster access to Classen OMO learning model. So all the in-class functions will offer you a brand new elevated experience to both the teachers and the students to really make you feel like you are fully engaged and empowered in and out of your classroom. So here we can see a short video demonstration on the simple things that you can do inside a Classen OMO classroom.
In this new paradigm, educational content and learning data will be the core elements to facilitate educators in bettering learning outcomes. Internet technology integration into traditional campuses will supply education institutions with a network of high-quality curriculum resources, a compact system to engage with teachers and students across devices and distance, a platform to reach a wider audience, and an opportunity to achieve educational equity. So Classen X provides a simple but powerful integrated teaching solution by merging the online learning experience into the traditional education setup. By injecting modern technology into traditional classrooms, Classen X accelerates the digitalization of educational content and learning behaviors with low switching cost and high efficiency. With Classen X, access to education is no longer limited to physical spaces. Learning activities form a continuity in which students can constantly engage and collaborate with their teachers and peers. Each student can speak up and interact with each other even though they're not in the same space. With a standardized management process, schools can provide high-quality resources to their students in any teaching scenario. Everyone has an equal opportunity to express themselves and participate in learning without the fear of being left behind. The data-driven learning process ensures each student a chance to get accurate and personalized feedback on their own progress. No matter where you are, digitalization of the entire learning process will strengthen the management standard, complete the learning ecosystem with enhanced content access and performance feedback to empower educational outcomes. Preserving and transcending educational quality and outcome is becoming increasingly difficult, as schools are now faced with all types of digital and non-digital distractions that their students typically fall prey to. Especially in these uncertain times, having to continue learning remotely adds layers of complexity for educators to navigate and manage the classroom environment virtually. Now we're 1 year into the pandemic, and we have all been taught a precious lesson that we otherwise might not have learned, that the digital readiness for any institution is a necessary pillar to its long-term success, not only as a contingency measure for times like this, but also as a pivotal tool for continued educational brilliance into the future. What many institutions need is a smart, intuitive, one-stop solution to digitalize their learning processes, one that simplifies administrative procedures, minimizes pedagogical stress while enriching learning experiences, and subsequently empowers educational outcomes.
Okay, so I hope that video has been informative. And lastly, I would like to bring up a point. At Classen, we aim to make learning smarter and more interesting for all learners across the world. As the first ever multi-way interactive virtual classroom, Classen now has over 7 years of proven track record working with global clients. Classen is currently in over 150 countries and regions around the world, working with over 60,000 partner schools, providing remote and hybrid learning experiences to over 20 million teachers and students. So we do have a very strong track record, and Classen stands out because we are an education-focused company. We only work in education, and we believe in listening to our partners and doing the right thing. So again, I would like to say thank you so much for your attention. Thank you so much for your time. I hope our presentation today was able to give you some insights on Classen's new offer and give you some ideas on how to maximize a hybrid OMO-style classroom environment for better learner access, engagement, and management. If you would like to learn more about Classen or request a product demonstration, please feel free to drop by Classen's virtual booth at EduTech Asia Conference or simply visit www.classen.com. Thank you so very much.